Here's a capstone presentation for Team DAKAR. DAKAR stands for Drones, Action, Cameras, Assembly, and Refurbishment. And the team members are Michael Beckman, Stephen Buckner, and Mbai. These are a couple of the products that we sell. And Mbai, would you like to go over some of the charts that you posted?
Yes, so this is just a collection about like every step of the year, like each year what we got about the net revenue, about the EPS, earning per share, the return on equity, the stock price. So all of these coming from the Glo-Bus, right? Because if you know every week or every assignment, and we have some kind of data, some kind of number for each of these number, like about the credit rating, about the stock price. That's all this number coming from that. And then from there, I make my own table, and then I make some, graphic presentation like a chart about the net revenue, EPS, and all of this. That's what I did. And it was very interesting. I mean, when you make the share, you're gonna see really what's really happened. What guys we do things we start from the beginning to the end, because I mean in the table you just see a number. You don't make a difference between hey which year is high, which year is low.
Good.
Yep, this is a net revenue chart. So you see from year 6 to year 14. We do very good on year 13 and 14. So
it seems like we continue to increase our net revenue.
This is the earning per share. So this is from the first to the 9. The earning per share, we were very high on the year 13. Was wonderful. That's why, and we was a little bit low at the end, but at least we have some consistent increase about the earning per share. So this is a return. About the return, I don't know, you guys, we got some hard time, like when we were in the middle of the semester sometime. That's why sometimes we have sometime high and low, low and high. But at the end, we were good. But it's still you see, it's still the same. At year 13, we still always high. So it means we're doing very good on year 13 for all these return, earning per share, and the net revenue too.
Yeah, that was our best year.
Yep. So that's the same for our stock price. So year 13 always high, and here too we have some consistencies of the increase of our stock price, and the high level is still year 13, and then we come back, but it's still good. So here, it was just the same level, guys, about our credit rating. Sometimes we got A plus, sometimes, when we start, we were A minus, but right now we make a little bit improvement, and that's why we have A plus and then A. And this A, I think that's what the investors expected. And about the emerging rating too. So we were good because we started at a very, 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 very low level. And then at the end, right here on year 14, I think the percentage was higher than expected. Yeah, this is just a description about our strategic vision for our company. So I just divided for like 5 points about our manager, about the environment, about how we do our assignment, about how we do, how we take our main decision to make some improvements, to make some innovation about our product, whatever is going to be camera or whatever drone. So this is just like a short, I can say, a paragraph to let, I mean, our instructor know about how we do all this kind of thing. That's why I said, and I make some emphasize about our future goal to reach the high level in earning per share, because it's very important for our shareholder to let them know, to put them like to be confident about the future of the company. That's why I start about the earning per share, the stock price, and the return on equity, because all of those is very important. And our shareholder keep an eye on us, what we're doing, right? Because we are the manager of the company. So at the second, I was thinking about our decision making, and I make again some emphasize about our shareholder to make sure all our objective, all our goal are focused all the time to increase and make some improvement about the situation of the company. It doesn't matter whatever region we are, north, south. So this is some kind of like what we do about the camera, and I'm talking about some innovation, and that's right. And I'm talking about some adjustment we do during all this year, and that's why I think our position right now to be number third is a confirmation about, I think we're doing a good job. And this is our drone. Our drone was a bit different, but still we make a good job, because our drone, we start very, very, very low, and then we push until we got this high level of our drone. Because at the end, I think our drone in the North America, we got the high level of soil for all of them. That's why. Yes, this is just about the manager team, about DAKAR company. So this kind of like a shortcut about DAKAR company, very satisfied about how we do, why we come from the very low position to make it a high position in all 4 different geographical areas. And I think we do a very good job.
All right, and this is my part, production strategy. We try to minimize overtime to provide a healthy work-life balance for employees while meeting budget goals. We did pay our employees above average. We had 287 workstations installed in our camera plants and 107 in our drone. And we invested the maximum amount for training in both businesses, which is $9,000 per PAT, which is production assembly team. And our average pay for our camera employees was $31,488. For our UAV drone employees was over 47,000. And I believe the average was like right at 42,000. And these are a couple of the charts where you can see how we are well above average for our drone company, and we are right below average for our total compensation for the camera workforce. But you could tell we're committed to providing training for employees, as a $9,000 per was the highest that we could do. And our finance strategy, increased dividends to $5 per share. It was at $2 per share, and we would have increased it more, but it seemed like throughout the whole simulation, we were always lower on like our ending cash for some reason. So we kind of had to minimize the amount of dividends that we paid throughout the semester. We'll continue providing dividends at $5 per share in upcoming years. We want to reward our shareholders for investing in us and believing in us. And our debt to equity ratio is 13 to 87, and that allows us to an industry-leading A+ credit rating in year 15. Kind of like what Mbai was saying, our credit rating throughout the whole semester, I believe our lowest was an A-. And we have weekly meetings with the leadership team to ensure positive credit rating without taking on unnecessary debts and expenses. We always try to make sure our credit rating, our image rating were two of our most important goals. In the camera competition, there's a lot of big competitors on this, but our strongest competitors were Aspect Aviation and Company B. We were consistently neck and neck throughout the whole semester, and we'll continue to strengthen our company to become the market leader by year 17. But there's a couple charts comparing us to our two biggest competitors. It seemed like they would have the same credit rating, very similar image rating. Their net sales revenues were very comparable throughout the semester. And even the game-to-date scoreboard, that's from Glo-Bus, that was at the end of the semester. But you can see how close we were to taking the lead at the end of the semester. And I truly believe if we had like 2 more weeks, we would have won. The UAV drone competition, that's also a very competitive market. Companies continue to focus new options on their products, and demand for products continue to rise across the globe. And customers want the highest quality products, and Team DAKAR, that was our #1 priority. And that's why we invested so much into our drone employees. And the 2 biggest competitors here were JMM and Integrated Imagery. Those were the top 2 competitors the last few years. And here you can see how the net sales revenue were very comparable. Our dividend per share, which you can see here, JMM, they did not provide any dividend in year 15. And I know, I believe like the last year, some people had different strategies, but I was really surprised to see JMM not provide any dividends to their shareholders. And even Company I only had, they gave $1 per share, and we had $5 per share. I believe the highest was at $9 per share, but we were the second highest in the industry. And even like the year 15 scoreboard, you could see how close we are just throughout the whole time. And JMM, they really shot up at the end. They were +10 from year 14. But you can see here, we were +6, which is still very impressive. And Michael?
Michael, you made it, man.
Sorry about that. All right. Part of our takeover strategy, we needed to create more, our strategy needed to be more aggressive and more toward what we needed to focus a lot on what the other companies were doing so we can outdo them. Our PQ rating, we needed to match our ratio to the PQ rating. We needed to spend a lot of time in R&D also. Yeah, there's the next slide. Quality. Quality is #1. As I said, one of our things, the Toyota way, they focus on quality and they believe the sales follow. Quality is critical and R&D is critical because you always have to reach out to what the customer wants. Try to figure out what they want next. Go ahead with the next one, Stephen. I think our biggest lesson we learned was to have products ready, have it available when the customer wants it. Because we all know in the real world, our money will spend anywhere and we can go anywhere and spend it. So that was critical to have our products ready. I think the second thing, efficiency. We lowered our labor costs, but we got to continue to be efficient at the same time. So I think that's where we are with those 3. Any questions? Instructor, you got any questions?